Hello everyone. Okay, we're going to look into common network environments. So we have three types of network environment. The most basic one is called internet. So what is this internet? So internet is actually a collection of web pages or websites. Okay, it's a network. It is a public network. Okay, can be accessed by anyone, posted by anyone, edited by anyone. So that's why we call this, it is not moderated. Okay, what does that mean? So moderation, it means that, example, Facebook group. So it is controlled by an admin. So controlled by an admin. So maybe it's more than one person. So this admin will decide whether to accept your post or reject your post. So they will see whether your comment or your post is appropriate or not. So if it's not appropriate, they will reject it. But in internet, nobody is like policing the internet. Nobody is like monitoring who's posting what. Should we accept this or not? We don't have a group of police to look over our internet. So that's why it is public network, which is not moderated. So public network that consists of all kinds of web pages and websites. That is internet. Okay, this is what I want to show you. Not show you lah. You already know this. So if we have, this is what we call as URL, a web address. https://www.schoology.com/international.html or HTML. Now, this is a URL. So right here, label this URL. In a URL, you need to know each part of the URL. Okay, first, this one. My line is not straight. Oops. So HTTPS. So instead of putting line, let me highlight. Okay, let's go with yellow first. So this one, what does this stand for? So this one stands for hypertext even I forgot hypertext, let me get it transfer. Alright, it is hypertext transfer protocol. I have a star here. Okay, let me erase the whole thing. Let me write again. Okay, got it. So it is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, so how do you get that? H is from hyper, text, HTTP, transfer protocol. Now what is this S stands for? This is a protocol, different protocol, that's SSL. So all you need to know for now is S stands for secure. So if your website is secure, then you will get your SSL. You will get your S there. Okay, next one. This whole stretch that we have, www.schoology.com. So what is this? This is what it's known as domain name. Okay, so this .com So tell you what kind of website it is. If it is, let's say, edu, and this is specifically for education. My, and this is specifically tell that it is from Malaysia. So how do they know UK is United Kingdom? So if your company, which is Schoology, is registered in UK, then you will get .uk. If it is registered in Malaysia, then you get .my. It doesn't mean that your company was created in UK or Malaysia. It can be created anywhere in the world. Okay? And then this www, what does it stand for? It's called World Wide Web. That's what it stands for. Okay? Okay, next. Now, it already have an protocol, that means the rule to transfer items, transfer files. So, with this protocol, it is accessing to a domain called Schoology, and it's a website. And then they go into the school. Okay, let me highlight, change color. So, school. So, what is this school is? This is a folder. Okay, you don't see any .html. When you see .html, then it's a website already. So highlight again. So this part here, because it's got .html, or usually and always the last part, it's what we call as web pages. So this is the page, web page. It has the code, HTML code. So it has to access the school folder in order to access this file. So this file is saved in the school folder. This is what a URL, not just the last one. Please don't mistaken me. The whole thing here is a URL. Okay, this is internet. Now we're gonna go to next one. We have next type, which is called orange. Is it orange? Hello, my mouse. Intranet. Okay, intranet is a very private network. Okay, so it is only used within an organization. Okay, example, let's say you're working in a bank. Let's say we call it Maybank. Common name, let's say Bank ABC. So when you go to this office in this building, so all buildings they have their own network or Wi-Fi. Doesn't mean that it's an internet, huh? So it has its own Wi-Fi, own network for you to connect and work. So when you're connected to this network, you are allowed to access certain websites. Only like maybe they don't allow you to go to your any social media website. They can control what you access and what you don't access. So it's a very private network. So we call this as intranet. And the moment you open your Google Chrome, it is maybe they have their own web page, home page. You didn't set it, but it's already there because it's controlled by the network. So it is used within an organization. It means that only people that works in that company can have this information. So therefore, it has a very high security. You cannot simply access other websites and bring in some virus into your computer or your network. Okay, it's higher security than internet. Okay, because internet is too private, too public. Okay, another word that you can use for intranet is it is restricted. Usually in marketing scheme they will combine the private and restricted, but if you can write it as 2 points or combine it in one sentence, so that if they got separate points, then they will give you separate point. Restricted network, what does that mean? So because it is restricted, you need to have your credential or call it username and password to access this network. You cannot simply go in. Like I said, because the websites are controlled by the network that's people, IT people in the company. So it has a limited resources. If you want to do homework in this network, probably you can't because they restrict a lot of web pages. So therefore, it has a limited resources. So it's the opposite of internet, plentiful. Okay, now this is intranet. Now comes another one. So this is what we call as extranet. Okay, what is extranet? Extranet. Okay, this is the intranet, huh? So you can only use in a company. Now, extranet is like this. It's outside. It's also secure. Okay, let me write. It's also restricted, and private network. So restricted means you need to have password and username, and it's also higher security than internet. Basically, almost the same point. Okay, it is part of the company's intranet. Although this looks like intranet is part of extranet, but it is part of company's intranet. What do they mean by this is, let me explain this point. Okay, because like I said, intranet can only be accessed within the organization. This one can be accessed outside the organization. I can come back home. I just need to have my credential. I can still access this organization, not organized. Organization. Okay, can be accessed outside organization. But who are these people who are accessing outside the organization? So let me continue from here outside. So who are these people? These people are customers or suppliers, or vendors. So these people are doing business with the company. So sometimes they need to access, but they don't want to use internet because it's not secure at all. They want something that is secure in order to do some transaction and stuff like that. So they go with extranet. Okay, they access this intranet or in extranet. I'm talking about both. For what? They use it to share information. Okay, and you can say that they use this to communicate. Don't just say it can be accessed. What are they accessing? So like I said, so this by giving them access, what can we achieve? We can say that they can have some business secure business exchange. Okay, all right. So that is extranet. So you have three things: internet, intranet, and extranet. So that's all for the environment.